In an eventful game that saw Everton play 44 minutes with a man advantage, Manchester City equalised late on as Raheem Sterling cancelled out Wayne Rooney's earlier strike. How did players on both teams rate? Here's our verdict. Manchester City Edison Moraes let the ball go through his legs for the goal in one of the few shots he faced. His reportedly powerful kick though came to the fore with an excellent ball to release Aguero in the second half. 4. John Stones should have got closer to Rooney for the opener and City looked stronger in his absence. 3. Vincent Kompany, not for the first time, his rash decision to attack the ball left space in behind and cost City a goal. Did well starting up attacks from deep though. 4. Nicolas Otamendi struggled to contain Calvert-Lewin early on. It must be questioned whether he has the pace to play in a high defensive line. 3. Fernandinho had versatility to play left-back when needed. In his holding midfield role, he offered physicality and balance, also offering himself in possession, which became particularly useful when De Bruyne and Silva were tightly marked. 7. Kyle Walker, a little unlucky to get sent off, had looked a threat down the right in the first half. 5. David Silva, perhaps guilty of not tracking Rooney for the goal, but he hit the post moments beforehand and some of his creative play was excellent. 7. Kevin De Bruyne, some crisp passes into forward areas, but most were of the simple variety, rather than the defense-splitting final passes he is capable of. Saw his free kick blocked. 6. Leroy Sane, wasn't able to get in behind Holgate and make the penetrative runs we saw so often from him last season. May benefit from being released from the burden of the wing-back role. 4. Sergio Aguero slowed down City's build-up play at crucial moments. Normally, one might make allowances if he showed his predatory goal-scoring instinct, but tonight he didn't. 3. Gabriel Jesus pressurized the backline and offered more pace than his partner. Wasn't his night from a technical perspective, but his energy might have been useful considering the man disadvantage. 5. Raheem Sterling on 45. It looked for 36 minutes that we were seeing the same old Sterling, lively and inventive but unable to finish, but that was until his wonderfully improvised late volley. 8. Danilo on 65 injected a burst of pace down the right. His energy was a big part of what swung the game in City's favour. 8. Bernardo Silva on 69, another creative midfielder who added a touch of class to proceedings. 7. Everton Jordan Pickford, a lot of the shots he had to handle fell fortuitously in his direction, but he could have done little about the goal and was brave at important moments. 6. Michael Keane, didn't make any mistakes or leave space in behind. Considering the Toffees had a man advantage though he perhaps shouldn't have backed off his opponents as readily as he did. 6. Ashley Williams looked commanding in the air for much of the contest. Arguably shouldn't have been taken off. 8. Phil Jagielka, outstanding. Made some important challenges on Aguero, headed the Argentine's shot off the line and in the second half he made some brave headers. 9. Mason Holgate was always in a position in which he was directly facing Sane and struck to the defensive task well. A misjudged defensive header that led to the equaliser was the one blemish on a disciplined display. 7. Tom Davies pushed further up the pitch than Rooney. It became clear that was down to his superior energy levels, but it also became clear that Davies hasn't scored 200 top-flight goals. 5. Idrissa Gana Gueye chased the ball with raw enthusiasm in his own half. Most of the time his harrying protected the defence effectively, but on occasions it meant he abandoned Silva in space. 5. Morgan Schneiderlin put a shift in defensively, but offered nothing in possession. Deservedly or otherwise, he was sent off for 2 bookable offences late on. 3. Leighton Baines made 2 important sliding challenges. He showed he can still make a contribution defensively, but won't be making the same lung-busting runs we saw from him a few years ago. 5. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Everton's sole threat for much of the contest, assisted Rooney's opener and did well to carry attacks considering the lack of support. 7. Wayne Rooney, his predatory instincts showed for the goal, but for the rest of the game, he lacked the speed to close down quickly or pose a direct threat in the transitional phases of play. 5. Davy Klaassen on 61 showed some nice touches and got stuck in defensively. 6. Gylfi Sigurdsson on 61, his lack of match practice showed. City exploited that by making subs that allowed them to attack his flank. 3. Mohamed Besic on 90.